Jake always had big dreams, but whenever he thought about starting, he told himself, "I'll do it tomorrow." At the beginning of the school year, he promised to study diligently, but in the first month, he procrastinated. Near exam time, he said he would study every week, but once again, he put it off. By the end of the year, the same thing had happened as the year before: low grades and regret. He did this with practically everything in his life: his dreams, his responsibilities, and even small daily tasks like responding to important messages, organizing his room, or even going out to meet friends. One day, sitting in his room and feeling like his life was stagnant, he realized that something was holding him back. A strange feeling that time was slipping through his fingers. He decided to visit his grandfather, a wise man respected by the entire family. Upon arriving, he confessed, "Grandpa, I have so many plans, but I never manage to put anything into action. I feel like time is escaping me, but I don't know why." His grandfather listened patiently and smiled slightly. "Then you need to see something, my grandson." The old man walked to a corner of the house and pulled out an old chest, full of marks from time. He ran his hand over the worn wood and said, "This chest has been passed down from generation to generation in our family. Inside it, there is something very special, something that could change your life." Jake was intrigued. "What's inside?" His grandfather took a key from his pocket and placed it in his grandson's hand. "You can open it, but first, there is a condition. To unlock this chest, you must clean it completely. Remove the dust, sand the wood, and give it new life. Once it's clean, you may open it." Jake looked at the chest and saw that it was old, covered in dust and marks. It didn't seem difficult, but he didn't feel like doing it at that moment. "I'll clean it later." He put the key in his pocket and promised himself that he would come back the next day to clean it. The next day, he remembered the promise, but thought he could leave it for the end of the week. When the week ended, he said he would do it next month. And so, the months passed. Every time he saw the key in his drawer, he said, "I'll do it later." Until one day, without warning, he returned to his grandfather's house. He felt nostalgic looking at that same corner and suddenly remembered the chest. "Grandpa, I think it's time. I'm going to clean the chest now." His grandfather, without saying a word, simply nodded and pushed the chest closer. Jake cleaned it and then took the key from his pocket, but when he tried to turn it in the lock, nothing happened. The key was rusted. Time had corroded it. He forced it, tried to turn it with strength, but it was too late. What? What happened? His grandfather looked at him calmly and said, "The same thing that happens to anyone who puts life on hold, my grandson. Time is neither cruel nor kind. It simply moves forward. Those who do not act today lose the chance to reap tomorrow." Jake felt a chill. He understood everything at that moment. It wasn't just the chest he had neglected, but his own life. He realized that his procrastination had not only delayed his dreams, but had corroded them, making them increasingly unreachable. His grandfather placed a hand on his shoulder and concluded, "It doesn't matter what's inside the chest, because the real treasure isn't in it. It's in the time you have now and in what you decide to do with it." Now think with me. How many opportunities have you lost because you put off something important? How many dreams have remained stored away, waiting for a perfect moment that never came? Time doesn't wait, and the truth is, it doesn't forgive those who procrastinate. Every day that you postpone something important, you are losing a chance to grow, evolve, and transform your life. Think about everything you could have achieved if you had started earlier. Time is a gift, but it runs out. If there's something you need to do, start today. Because when you realize it, it may be too late, and all that will remain is regret for what never left the paper. Never leave for tomorrow what you can do today. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support means everything to us.